Good morning, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with the Laser Man. Today's question is about keratoconus, and the question is, what is keratoconus eye disease? Keratoconus eye disease is a disease of the cornea, which is the clear part of the eye. The cornea is made up of fibers, and these fibers lose their strength and are not able to withstand the pressure of the eye. So the fluid inside the eye pushes these fibers forward and then gravity pulls them downward. This causes bulging of the cornea. As you can understand, the bulging leads to vision problems and the light passes through an abnormal surface. And this leads to distortion in vision and higher order aberrations. Now, why does a person get keratoconus eye disease? One of the most likely causes is genetic. Researchers are trying to identify the genes and chromosomes which are responsible for this type of disease. And that will lead in one day in the future to genetically modified treatments. But for the present, we don't know exactly what phenotypic or surroundings interact with our eyes to lead this to occur in an incidence of 1 in 2,000. But as our diagnostic capabilities are getting better, we are finding the incidence may be even higher. And so how does a person know that a kid might have keratoconus? If a child has a high astigmatism and there is a need for frequent change in glasses, they should have a corneal topographic map and a pachymetric map. On corneal topography, if there is lopsided astigmatism, that means more red on one side, or the cornea is thinning at a rapid pace, keratoconus has to be suspected. And the best treatment right now for keratoconus in kids is cross-linking, but we'll come back to that in the next episode. Let me tell you a little bit about the history of keratoconus, how it progresses. So usually it starts in the teenage years around puberty. So there is definitely some hormonal effect which leads to sudden rapid advancement of this disease. So if you understand like a rope, the coil of the rope, the fibers get uncoiled. Very similarly, the fibers of the cornea are separated from each other and getting thinner and not able to withstand the pressure. And during the teen years, there is rapid deterioration of the strength of the cornea. And between 18 to 40, then it starts slowing down. And after 40, it's very rare for anybody to have progression of the disease. The kid or the child or even an adult who's undergoing this progression of disease will complain of fuzziness in vision, not seeing good in spite of wearing glasses or even with contact lens. Sometimes contact lens will not even fit properly because the cornea has become like cone-shaped, more like a football than like a basketball, and the lens will keep sliding off it. And so it's very important we diagnose it sooner than later. In fact, I'm recommending that all school-age going children should have corneal topography to pick this up earlier. Because if we let this disease progress, it keeps thinning out till one day cornea can rupture and burst. And that time there can be permanent loss of vision. So if you're watching this, make sure your child undergoes this type of investigation. And then if anybody who has keratoconus, because there's a genetic influence, their siblings, their kids should all undergo testing to make sure they're not suffering from keratoconus. Rubbing has been implicated in causing progression of keratoconus. But the other theory says people rub their eyes to flatten the cornea so the vision can be much better. So this is a little synopsis of keratoconus I've given you for keratoconus eye disease. In the next episodes, we'll discuss about when keratoconus was discovered, who's more likely to get keratoconus, what are the newer treatments like corneal cross-linking, Intacs, or a combination, and what about role of corneal transplant in today's advanced scientific society. So here's wishing you a good day and happy health, and please join me for the next episode. Thank you.